This was a report exported from the extraction of Mr. West's phone related to communication between Kevin and Paul Person from December 2023 through January 6, 2024.
And does this report either refute or does it support or refute some of your changes?
Counsel, it's not appropriate to ask the witness to make argument for you. You can have him identify the document, have it put in, and then the jury will decide what weight, if any, to give it.
Statement to submit 180.
No objection. 180 is admitted.
Now, in looking at 180, on page 11, will you please read starting at this message through the message on page 13.
So on January 3rd, 2024 at 3:52 p.m. local, Paul Person messaged both listings, one 6.79 acres, the other is 6.73. Give it a reference. And there was, the report indicated this message was deleted the same day, January 3rd, 2024. Kevin replied, "I really like the look. He has more trees than Google shows." Kevin messaged, "I'm excited about it." Paul replied, "Me too. They countered really weird, split contracts. One was interest only. So we rejected and resubmitted with financing through Freedom Northwest Credit Union just about an hour ago or so. No owner carry." Kevin replied, "I have a question. Would you be willing to carry a contract for us if we decided we wanted it, but wait till we figure out our crap?" Kevin said, "Crazy. I'm glad you countered."
And then what was Paul's response to Kevin?
Paul messaged, "We still have a feasibility period too, so not locked in for 10 days if accepted. I'll carry the note until things are figured out." Paul messaged, "Don't want any side contracts being discovered for either of you two."
Did Kevin respond?
He did.
What did he say?
"That's amazing. We have been talking about the property, and if we can't go Saturday, we will go look soon."
And directing your attention to page 21 of Exhibit 180, will you read the two messages from Kevin and what the date they were?
So in a message from Kevin to Paul on January 3rd, 2024 at 4:12 p.m. local, he says, "We are getting much closer to resolving everything." A second message reads from Kevin, "On both sides."
Again, if you are too important a person to have a silenced electronic device, you will have to leave the courtroom. If your device goes off again, it will be confiscated.
Page 30 of Exhibit 180. Will you please read the messages here and here that Kevin West sent?
January 3rd, 2024 at 4:20 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Paul, "I'm moving out on Monday." A second message read, from Kevin to Paul. Papers done Tuesday.
And now, what date were these sent?
Both of those were sent January 3rd, 2024.
So what date would have been Monday?
January 8th.
And when were these messages deleted?
Both were deleted on January 3rd, 2024 at approximately 6:56 p.m.
And did Kevin say anything else on page 31 at the top?
He did. January 3rd, 2024 at 4:21 p.m. local. I know where I sit, or I will know where I sit.
Page 32, message at the bottom. Going back. Can you actually just read these messages exchanged on 31 through the bottom of 32, please?
So on January 3rd, 2024 at 4:21 p.m. local, Paul had replied, "They need it. 4 years ago, we were in Goldendale looking at property with Cynthia and Tanya, and I asked Cynthia if she was going to be able to afford the property once Johnny was out of the picture. She looked at me and scoffed and said she could never imagine a future without him. And that was after about a year of just bad fighting between them." Kevin replied, "But I don't care, I will find the best option." Paul replied, "Good for you. Divorce sucks, but staying in a dead relationship is worse."
Did Kevin reply to that divorce sucks message?
He did.
What did he say?
Kevin replied, "For sure." And in a second message, "Cynthia and I are solid and we have an amazing future together. I can't wait to add to my family and start over. Legal crap will be over in June."
And on page 33, those two messages
From Kevin.
from Kevin.
January 3rd, 2024 at 4:23 p.m. local. Kevin messages Paul, "Washington law crap." And the second message from Kevin to Paul, "Cool off period of 6 months."
Page 35 of Exhibit 180. Can you please read the two messages that Mr. West sent?
January 3rd, 2024 starting at 4:27 p.m. local. Kevin messaged Paul, "I totally get what you're saying though. Cynthia and I are solid. I have so much time in a bad situation, and knowing her and having confidence in us is something only we know. Can't explain, just know." The second message from Kevin to Paul, "We both have faith and we communicate so well. So much value in having so much in common and equal faith, beliefs, interests, and everything else. We both feel very lucky."
And were all of those messages subsequently deleted?
They were.
And their deletion dates is reflected in the report.
That's correct.
Did you locate communications between Mr. West and his mother, Lorna Wollenweber?
Yes, I did.
Who is Lorna Wollenweber?
Lorna is Kevin's mother.
Showing opposing counsel what's been pre-marked for identification purposes as 178. Approaching the witness with the same. Now, Detective Tellison, do you recognize 178?
Yes, I do.
And is 178 a Celebrite report that would have been extracted, placed on the USB from 87 by Detective Fields to you in the course of your investigation?
Yes.
Does it contain conversations between Mr. West and his mother
It does.
in which he is responding
Yes,
or messaging?
that's correct.
Move to admit 178.
No objection. 178 admitted.
On page 134, or a page that's labeled 134 of 178, would you please read the messages starting in the middle?
So on September 7th, 2023 at 8:02 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, "Mom, you two are so great. I dream of the day I can take the same photo with someone I love."
Now, on page 136, will you please read, starting the middle? Just that message.
September 7th, 2023 at 8:11 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, "I think you know who I'm going to be in a photo with soon. I can't wait to send you a pic."
And on 170, what does it say there and what do you see?
So on October 7th, 2023, Kevin had messaged Lorna, "We love you, cheers." And then there was also an attachment of an image that depicts Kevin and Cynthia Ward.
And did you speak to both of these individuals in person at some point during the course of your investigation?
I did.
And so the photograph reflects Kevin and Cynthia, to your knowledge.
That's correct.
What's labeled as page 176 of exhibit 178. Would you please read that page for us that indicates Kevin's responses and messages?
So beginning on October 8th, 2023, around 8:23 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, "What are your plans this upcoming weekend? Would you be okay if Cynthia and I came down? It's a fluid situation, but we might be able to. If you're not up to it, I understand." Lorna replied, "Yes, absolutely. We'd love to have you both, and you don't need to bring the trailer. I'll reserve the Sandy Toes room for you two. It'll be open for any day/night." And in response to Lorna's message, Kevin loved that message.
And the message that he sends at the top of what's labeled as page 190.
October 13th, 2023 at 3:52 p.m., Kevin messaged Lorna, "I can't tell you what it means to me to have you guys support me and us."
And on page 192, is there a message sent from Lorna that Kevin responds to?
There is.
Would you please read starting at the middle of page 192 through 194, top of that page?
On October 15th, 2023, at 1:19 p.m. local, Lorna messaged Kevin, "Hey, a big thank you for the whiskey, tequila, and lovely bottle of wine. Meant to thank you both. We really enjoyed our time together and getting to know your sweet girl. Enjoy your day. Love you." Kevin replied, "Mom and Bill, thank you so much for having us this weekend. You don't know how much that meant to us. She felt so loved, welcomed, and accepted."
Oh, sorry.
Kevin message October 15th, 2023 at 5:40 p.m. "I'm forever grateful for you both." He messaged, "Great days ahead." And Lorna replied, "Feelings are mutual and we loved every moment with you guys. She's an easy, sweet girl to love, an instant connection. You know what meant a lot to me personally? For me, I mean. Aside from the fact she really loves my boy, she came over to me this morning, took my hand, and said she just wanted to be close to me. Then she asked me if there was anything she could do for me. I wanted to hug her forever. My own daughter has never said that to me. I feel I've given a lot, but I've never felt loved back in that way, not like that. Don't get me wrong, as I know I'm loved by Sis, but there's been this empty spot in my heart, so it touched me deeply. Just to sincerely say that to me meant a lot. I loved her instantly when you came to the door. Now I love her deeply. If a mama could ever choose a girl for her son, if I may, she would be a sweet girl named Cynthia."
Does he reply to that?
He does. Kevin messaged back, "Mom, that message was so amazing. I told Cynthia what you said, and she wants me to tell you that she loves you both. I can't thank you both enough. I'm one happy guy. I know it's hard to believe, but we are kind of crazy about each other."
And is there a message on page 204 that Mr. West sends to his mom?
There's.
Okay, and what is that message?
On October 20th, 2023, at 9:55 a.m. local, Kevin messages Lorna, "I wanted to tell you that Cynthia and I are going to Reno in November. We will have 4 nights, meet her mom and dad. We leave the Friday before Thanksgiving."
Page 215, is there a message sent from Lorna or Mom that Mr. West responds to?
There is.
Would you please read starting at the middle of that page?
So on October 28th, 2023, at 10:09 p.m. local, Lorna messaged Kevin, "We miss you and my adopted daughter. Yep. I told her I started the paperwork. When do you want to make another booking at the inn? No pressure, but hope it's sometime soon." Kevin replied, I love that, Mom. We would love to plan another trip. I love that you guys are texting and getting to know each other. Adoption papers won't be necessary because I'm going to marry that incredibly beautiful woman. However, if adoption papers are what you want, so be it."
Page 246 of 178.
There was a message November 22nd, 2023 at 8:44 p.m. local from Kevin to Lorna. "Cynthia is my everything and our future is close."
And does Lorna send a message in which Kevin replies to?
She does.
What is that?
Lorna replied, "Yes, it is, and you hold tight to that beautiful promise. I love you."
And what does he say in response?
Kevin replied, "I will with all I have."
It's labeled as 251 of 178, starting in the middle.
In a message on November 25th, 2023 at 11:15 a.m. local, Kevin sent Lorna, "Today is a tough day for Cynthia. She finally laid it down for John and he gets it now. He will be moving out soon. I'm very excited because when I move out, I will be able to see her more."
And does he send a message on 263 to Lorna?
Yes.
And then he responds to her message.
Yes.
Would you please read starting at page 263 through the top of 264, please?
In a message on December 8th, 2023 at 1:50 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, "My appointment went really well. She relieved a lot of my anxieties and told me to allow her to shoulder my load. I gave her $1K to retain her. I'm sending her bank documents and all the other fun stuff, and she will put together something for me in a few weeks. I'm on my way and kind of emotional about it. Happy tears, you know. I want to call, but it would be too much for me right now. I'm gathering myself and preparing myself. I have so much support around me, you and Cynthia being my greatest champions. She has been amazing and so supportive, helping me along the way, especially today. She has had a very difficult week, and finally, today I get to see her. I'm so emotional about having this evening with her. We are going to celebrate the start of us tonight. Mom, I can hardly write this with all the tears. It has been so hard, and I don't know what I could do without her. We literally found each other for this very reason. We both couldn't have done this without each other." Lorna replied, "Aw, sweetheart, this is and will be one of the hardest things you'll go through in your life. It's really difficult ending a long-time relationship, even when it's your choice. It's also a time of new beginnings, and that's emotional as well. You have a lot going on. Be good to yourself, take a deep breath, and know all is well. I'm proud of you and so happy you have such a wonderful and beautiful person in Cynthia by your side. Much love and support to you, please know. I'm so glad you have good counsel and have a path forward. Enjoy your evening, XO." Kevin replied, "Thanks, Mom. I love you tons."
Now lastly with 178, will you please, does he send messages to his mom on page 179?
Page 279?
279, thank you.
Yes, he does.
Okay, and will you please read those for us?
So on December 26, 2023 at 6:52 p.m. local, Kevin messaged his mother, "This is from Cynthia, and she needs you to text her so she can text you." The next message, also from Kevin to his mother, "Cynthia says, thank you for the gift. I love you for everything. Your gift was very special. Thank you so much. I love you."
Does the report indicate that these messages have been deleted?
Yes, it does, and the vast majority were deleted.
And when were they deleted? What date?
January 26, 2024.
Did you locate communications between Mr. West and a contact information named Oma Ward?
Yes, I did.
Who is Oma Ward?
Oma Ward is Waltrude Ward.
Is she related to Miss Cynthia Ward?
Waltrude is Cynthia's mother.
Did you generate a report from the Celebrite of that interaction between Kevin West and Oma Ward?
Yes, I did.
Does it reflect, without divulging the contents, does it reflect a conversation in which Kevin West is texting and responding to Oma Ward?
Yes, it does.
Showing you what's been pre-marked for identification purposes as 181. Council. Approaching the witness with what's been pre-marked for identification purposes as 181. Again, without divulging the contents, do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And is this the Celebrite extraction of the communications between Oma Ward and Mr. West that was pulled from the extraction that was pulled from Exhibit 87?
Yes.
Move to admit states 181, Your Honor.
No objection. 181 to admitted.
Starting on page 2, will you please read the messages that Mr. West sends?
So on December 20th, 2023 at 1:24 p.m. local, there was a message from Kevin to Oma Ward or Waltrude Ward. Things are tough and great at the same time. I so love your beautiful daughter, and we will never let anything come between us. The next message, also from Kevin to Waltrude, love you and thank you for being so amazing.
And on page 6 of the report at the top, is there a message that Mr. West sends Oma Ward?
Yes, there is.
What is that? Can you please read that message?
In a message on December 24th, 2023 at 8:48 a.m. local, Kevin had messaged Waltrude, Miami Dolphins are playing your Cowboys today. I'm sorry, I'm hoping the Dolphins win. Cynthia says the Dolphins need to go to the Super Bowl before she will marry me.
And page 8, top.
December 24th, 2023 at 4:40 p.m. Kevin had messaged Waltrude, Dolphins knew how bad I want to marry Cynthia.
And page 9, is there a message that Mr. West sends to Oma Ward, starting on page 9 in the middle? And then does she send a message that he then responds to in some fashion?
Yes.
Okay. Will you please read, starting at the beginning of page, or middle of page 9 through top of page 10?
January 3rd, 2024 at 2:08 p.m. local. Kevin messages Oma Ward, Guten Tag, Mom. I hope you're having the most wonderful day. Cynthia and I are doing great and recently have been able to have her with me. I can't help myself from telling you how much I love your daughter. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and when we are together, we always have the most amazing time making very special memories out of anything we do. I'm meeting my attorney on the 9th, and I will have options to decide from, and I'm very excited. I will also be moving out on the 8th. Next week will be a big week for Cynthia and I to celebrate. I love you. Waltrude replied, It's so nice to hear from you. I know so much is going on up there, but you have a little more news. I was very happy for you. Love and miss you, 1. And in reply to that last message from Waltrude, Kevin loved that message.
Just on page 11, are there messages that Kevin sends to Oma Ward?
There are.
And would you please read, and then are there messages that she sends that he replies to?
Yes, there are.
Would you please read, starting at the middle of the page, 11, indicate to us what date that is, and then through page 13, and indicate at the end what date that the content of this conversation is.
So beginning on January 7th, 2024 at 4:35 p.m., Kevin messaged Waltrude, just felt the need to send you a message. Today has been a tough day. I keep thinking about how happy I was yesterday and how we laughed. I want you to know how spiritually connected Cynthia and I are. We have something so incredibly special. Yesterday, talking with you, her, and I together felt so great. I can't explain the familiarity and love I have for both of you. You are my family, and I feel like we always have been. Thank you for your love and support. I will never be able to express how much that means to me. I love Cynthia to tears and will always give her my all. Love you, Mom. The next message, also from Kevin to Waltrude. Please know how strong we are and that nothing will ever come between us. Kevin messages Waltrude, I love you so much. The next message from Kevin to Waltrude, I'm leaning on you today because I feel so close to you. Cynthia has shared your struggles through life, and I know how strong you are. I don't want to worry my mom, and I need you. I miss Cynthia so much, even though we are so close to being together. Today is hard because I miss her so much. I absolutely ache for her, wishing tomorrow would come. I'm so sorry for leaning on you, but you are someone I so trust and love. Waltrude replied, 1, I'm sitting here reading your text, and I wish I could put in words what I feel in return. I know how you feel, but think what you have to look forward to. I'm happy you both young to have an amazing life together. Just hold each other. Don't let go. You will have down days, but after darkness will always be light. I love you more than I can say. I can't explain. I trust you. Love, Mom. Kevin replies, thank you so much. I know other men have promised Cynthia a future. I promise I'm a good man and will always love and cherish your daughter. When you say after darkness there will be light, that gives me so much strength. Thank you for your trust and love because it means so much. I love you, Mom. 1111. The next message from Kevin to Waltrude. I will never let go. The next message from Kevin to Walrude, which is dated January 8th, 2024 at 5:22 p.m. local. Cynthia told me you're aware of Marcy's death this morning and how hard it has hit my kids. I want you to know that I'm okay and have my mom here and soon my dad. My daughter has her friends over and I hear laughter. Ted is sucked up tight to my mom and I was talking with Cynthia. Thank you for your prayers and thank you for your love. I love you, Mom.
And when was that message delivered?
That message was delivered January 8th, 2024 at 5:22 p.m. local.
Are there messages that Kevin Ward sends to Mr. West on page 15 in which he responds to through page 16?
Yes, there's a message from Walrude that Kevin replies to.
Will you please read starting middle of page 15 through the end of page 16?
On January 8th, 2024 at 5:58 p.m., Walrude messaged Kevin, I will give you a little time. Hope your kids are okay. Love you. In response to that message, Kevin loved that message. And then Kevin replied, kids are struggling, but they're surrounded. My friends and family. Kevin sent, I love you too so much. There's another message that was blank from Kevin to Walrude. And then after that, another message from Kevin to Walrude. I don't need more time because your text messages warm my heart.
Is there a message that Mr. West sends Oma Ward on page 18 that he, and then she responds, and then he responds to that on page 19?
Yes.
Okay, will you please read starting at the top of page 18 through the top of page 19?
January 9th, 2024 at 9:16 a.m. local. Kevin messages Walrude, I love you, Mom. Kevin messages, thinking about you and want you to know how incredibly close I feel to you. Thank you for accepting me into your life and supporting Cynthia and I right from the start. I'm so deeply in love with her and will always give her my very best. She will always feel loved and feel safe and secure. I'm so grateful to be a part of your family. I love you. 1. Walrude replies, I don't know what to say. You are so special to me when you love someone like you love her. There's nothing greater. Very few people have that experience in their lives. I'm so happy for her. Please hold on to each other. Love you so very much, Mom. In response to that message, Kevin loved it.
And on page 21, does Mr. West send a message to Oma Ward?
Yes.
Will you please read that message, the date and time, and when it was sent?
The message was sent on January 11th, 2024 at 2:33 p.m. local from Kevin to Walrude. I'm headed down to see Cynthia here in just a couple. I'm taking my sister so they can finally meet.
Page 24, are there messages that Mr. West sends that to Oma Ward?
Yes.
Would you please read, starting at the bottom of page 24 to the top of page 25?
January 19th, 2024, in a message from, at 5:01 p.m. local. Kevin messaged Walrude, just wanted to say hi, I love you, so in love with your daughter, just want you to know we are better than okay. And then a second message from Kevin to Walrude, January 19th, 2024, 5:01 p.m. local. We are great.
And now, with looking at page 181, to your knowledge, are some of the messages deleted?
They are.
And what date would the majority of them have been deleted?
January 3rd, 2024.
Are there other deletion dates in here?
There are.
And would the deletion dates be reflected in the report?
They are.